Hello, everyone. I'd like to say it's good to see you again, but I haven't seen any of you, I don't doubt. I'm just going to read a poem today from Hafiz. Uh, Kind of a nice one. I've read several of them trying to find one that just felt right. And this one is sweet in a way, sad in a way, but it's touching. It's called Two Bears. Once, after a hard day's forage, two bears sat together in silence on a beautiful vista, watching the sun go down and feeling deeply grateful for life. Though, after a while, a thought-provoking conversation began, which turned to the topic of fame. The one bear said, "Did you hear about Rustum? He has become famous and travels from city to city in a golden cage. He performs to hundreds of people who laugh and applaud at his carnival and all of his stunts." The other bear thought for a moment, just a few seconds, and then started weeping. It's an odd one because at first you think, until you hear about that golden cage, then you're a little bit nervous because you know something's about to go down. And to someone like these sages, these free wandering sages, they see clearly, and they know that a lot of times the things that we love most in our lives are the things that have put us in a golden cage, something that is binding us, something that holds us down, something that's taking our life away. And it's true. I remember I used to work in an office, in an accounting office, and then an accounting office for a while, and then in a human resources office. And there were 23 cubicles, and I had a cubicle of my very own. And even back then, I used to think, because I was, pushing 30 at the time. And even back then, I used to think, gosh, what is my life? I never imagined when I was a kid, when I was a kid, I was going to be this or that. Or I remember in eighth grade making a bet with my best friend that by the time I was 18, I was going to be world famous. I was going to be a great singing star. And then, you find yourself at 30 sitting in a cubicle, in front of a computer writing accounting software. And you're like, God, that's a long way from what I thought life was going to be. And now I'm much older than that, coming close to twice as old as that. I'm not in a cubicle. I'm in a dorm room now. But the difference in my life now is love. I have so much love in my life, so many people that I love, so many people that I feel like love me, and a real connection with something that I've learned most of all, to love myself. There was a time early in life where I couldn't spend an evening by myself without getting horribly depressed, without feeling like, oh gosh, I have no friends to do anything with, or how can a Friday night have no plans? I'm sharing a little personally here. Why not? Why not share the things that have gotten better, the things that have given me light? But to point out that that really is the salve, the fix for anything in life. Because even that time in the cubicles wouldn't have been so bad if I had understood who I was. If I had understood that I was put here to manifest love, to manifest intelligence, and to simply be, to be full of the experience of seeing the delightful wonder of God in everything, to know that that was my practice and that that was my purpose, and that my job title, my job description was only secondary to that. When we hear those stories, when I see those stories, when I hear about this bear here, I understand the weeping, because those things seem great in their time. Those things seem great in their period, but there comes a time in our life, there comes a time when we begin to wonder, really? Really? Is that everything? And it's by the end, hopefully by the end, that we figure out that love was the most important thing. that the things that we loved, the things that we invested our love in, were the beautiful things. And there's one step beyond that, to abstract even that out, and to know that just the act of loving, without even a defined object to receive it, is the most beautiful and most fulfilling thing that you can do in life. Take that to heart. Make sure that you don't get caught in a golden cage by chasing after something that has all the elements of grandeur and all the elements of wonder, but leaves you trapped, leaves you alone, leaves you stuck. If you find yourself in that golden cage, though, invest what you do with love, and the bars will disappear.